Happy Rosh Chodesh, happy Thursday to everyone. We are up to Mishnah Zayin, Mishnah 7, and we'll do 7 and 8 today as we continue on our study of Pirkei Avos. Nitai Harbeli Omer, Nitai Harbeli says, Harchek mishachin ra, keep away from an evil neighbor, v'al tischaber l'rasha, and do not associate with a lawless man, v'al tisyayesh min hapiranios, and do not give up hope from punishment, from retribution. Let's take it one by one for this one. Harchek mishachin, keep away from an evil neighbor. Maimonides, the Rambam, already says that we're influenced. This is an obvious fact. We're influenced by those around us, and therefore putting yourself in a good situation and avoiding harmful situation, whether it's social or otherwise, is very important. The right neighborhood, the right social situation can make all the difference, and therefore stay away from a bad neighbor. Do not associate with a rasha, with a lawless, with a wicked person, with an evil person. Why does the Mishnah have to tell you this? Because you might think, well, I'm not actually doing anything wrong, but I do have a friend that's pretty wicked, pretty evil, but I don't encourage him. He's just a friend. The Mishnah is telling you on different fronts that's not a smart thing to do. First of all, you might get influenced, right? As we said with the first case with the neighbor. Second of all, even if you're not influenced, right, it's known from a judicial perspective that you can become an associate to a crime if you are hanging around people that do that. So it's a good idea all around, both religiously and in general, to avoid any contact or any relationship with people that are evil. And then do not give up hope that there'll be retribution. This could be understood in two ways. Perhaps it could be, the first way we'll say is that if you do not heed the Mishnah and you do associate with some evil, wicked people, don't think, well, it's okay. Nothing bad will happen. No, don't give up hope. Don't just put out of your mind the reality that you will be punished for associating with a wicked person. That will happen. Do not say it won't happen. The other way of saying it, the opposite, is that don't give up hope. Even the fact that we're telling you to disassociate with an evil person, don't say, well, evil people get away with these things all the time, so what's the problem? Why? Maybe, I shouldn't even worry about the fact that he's evil, because he'll get away with it. Says the Mishnah, no. Ultimately, whether it's in this world or the next, he will get what's coming to him, and therefore it does not pay to associate with such a person. There will be punishment at some point. Don't lose hope of that fact, and if you'll do that, you will have great impetus to avoid an evil person. The next Mishnah, Yehuda ben Tabai v'Shimon ben Shetach, Kibul Mehem, the next two sages. Yehuda ben Tabai Omer, Al tas atzmacha ka'orchei hadayanin, do not make yourself like a lawyer, so to speak. And this is specifically talking, many commentators say, to a judge. A judge should not make himself into a lawyer. When the litigants are before you, they should be guilty. Now you might say, innocent until proven guilty. Does that contradict this notion? Perhaps not. Because perhaps what we're saying here is, okay, do not teach them what to argue. Right? They have advocates, they have people that can help them. Don't, as a judge, use your expertise to help one of the litigants. Right? The Torah believes strongly in a strong judicial ethic, and obviously, helping one side or the other does not benefit anyone. I guess what the Mishnah is saying is, even if you think that you have good lawyerly advice, hold yourself back. When they're before you, see them as guilty in the fact that as a judge, don't take for granted that one side is correct over the other. Be scrutinizing with each person, with each litigant. Scrutinize them so that you don't miss anything. However, when they leave, when they've hopefully accepted the judgment, and if the judgment is that one side has to pay the other, hopefully they'll do that, and they accept it truthfully and honestly. So then say that they're zakayin, which here they translate as innocent. If someone stole from someone and they pay, do you call that person innocent? I'm not sure. Maybe it means that they've paid their dues, but that could be an absolution. They could be absolved, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're innocent. They still did a crime. They just got caught and convicted for it. But again, when people come in front of you, treat them as if there's a reason that they're in court and based in. So scrutinize very carefully. And yet when they finish, okay, people make mistakes, people do the wrong thing, but they've accepted the judgment, and one person will pay the other if that's what's needed. And let's move on, and that's it. As a judge, you move on to the next case. Don't keep thinking about it. Just move on. Have a good day.